Where is a good place to hide stuff in your home so the police won't find it? I used to be a professional gambler, which meant having large stacks of cash around. I hid the cash inside a box of Eggo waffles in my freezer. Even if someone comes and steals everything I have of value, they are probably not going to steal my frozen food. And if a thief is going to steal my refrigerator, then there's just nowhere in the entire house where I can hide this much cash. Actually, the freezer in a food container is one of the most common places people hide money. Most seasoned thieves will toss your kitchen and find it. I always used to hide stuff inside one of those crappy little generic trophies, the ones with the square plastic base and a plastic tube body that supports the gold plastic athlete on top that you got a million of playing sports as a child. Most people don't realize that the tube is hollow and there's a little bolt on the underside of the base that can be unscrewed with your bare hands. Perfect and unexpected place to hide small things and some weed. Holy crap, I just realized I used to hide money up there and thought I lost it. Buy a frozen pack of burger patties. Thaw one patty, slide SD card in, refreeze, reseal box with glue gun, put in back of freezer under an ice cube tray that you just refilled with water. Not even Robocop would dare to touch it and risk spilling water all over the floor, leaving you with half-size cubes. Oh, this is fun. Wooden dinner tables, wooden furniture of any kind, really, usually have gaps and nooks and crannies that an SD card would be really well hidden in. Most electric ovens have a way for the top to slide up for cleaning. With some heat insulating black epoxy, you could secure an SD card in a way that just looks like some black insulation from the factory. Ziploc baggie in the windshield wiper fluid tank in your car. Oh. Pull a hinge off the door jamb, carve a little space. Place the SD card behind the hinge and screw the hinge back in place. Same idea, get a Dremel tool and cut a little slot in the wood of any piece of furniture. Cover the hole with wood putty. Find a large, hardcover book. You'll notice that when it opens, the front binding pulls away from the pages. Slide the SD card in there. Slide it into the fibers of a broom where they bind them. Get a remote key fob for your car, those open up pretty easy. Put the SD card in the battery compartment. Same with any number of battery powered electronics. Meat thermometer comes to mind. Under the lip on the top of a trash can. You could, with enough time, force a fruit to grow around it. I'm thinking like a pepper pod with the SD slid inside as it grows. Inside a large novelty pin, you could probably slide it down a gun magazine and hide it there. Inside any opaque condiment jar. That fruit idea is just clever as heck. Candle. Put the SD card in a case. Put the candle in an oven to melt the wax. When it comes out, make sure the wick stays upright. Insert SD card into soft wax. Let cool. Burn wick a bit so it looks used. Set on shelf and forget. Well, don't forget it. That would defeat the purpose. Make a map of your house. Go through this thread and mark down every place on the map mentioned in this thread. Hide it where you don't have any marks. Because of this comment, though, he now has to mark the entire house. Nice going. I don't know about from the police, but yesterday I hid a doobie and still can't find it. I remember thinking what a great hiding spot too. So wherever that spot was, it's a good one. It's behind your ear. Been there the whole time. Get an off-site location. Don't be an amateur. I was involved in a lawsuit once. Attorney, not a party, where one side wanted to have the other side's residence searched. Judge said okay. We'd hired an ex-Air Force investigator and had him ready to go. We went straight to the residence from the courtroom. Judge told the attorneys to stay for the whole search. In case somebody had an objection to some aspect, we could both call him and get it thrashed out. Whoa, what an eye-opener. That investigator was unbelievably thorough. I've been telling people, clients' children ever since. Don't hide crap in your house, cause it's going to get found. Guaranteed. It's just a question of how much time the searcher has. If the fate of the free world's in question, it's going to get found. Open a door and drill out a circular hole from the top, so that when closed you cover the hole with the door jamb. Put in a plastic tube with a stop on one end. Now you have a safe place to put things that's very hard to find. Nice try, the police. The police. I don't know why, but the vagueness of this statement is hilarious to me. Guys, this is really important. Can you PLZ reply in the next 15 minutes THX? OP. I'm writing some crime fiction and could do with a really good hiding place for the perk to stash some SD cards. Hum. MHMMMMMM. A working N64 game cartridge. Plug it in and it works, but inside it can fit like 20 SD cards. At least in the US, if you are being raided for computer crimes, it is generally standard procedure to seize all electronics, so that might not actually work out all that well. This is something I swear by. Get a ratiolate tennis ball your dog has played with for a long time. Take a razor and slit the ball about a 1/4 of the circumference of the ball. If you squeeze the ball, the slit will pop open and then you can stuff weed or baggies inside. No cop is going to search a tennis ball, let alone one that looks like it's been slobbered all over for years. Source: been raided and pulled over multiple times and never had anyone suspect a thing. And if the drug dogs go after it, they just think it's because the dog wants a tennis ball. Nice. SD cards are so small, they can pretty much be hidden anywhere. Just name any spot in a house. Make them micro SD cards and hide them in the caulking around your bathtub. Just make a small incision in the wall to fit them, then caulk over the incision. There's zero chance the police would ever find them. Plastic bag. Buried in the cat's litter box. Nobody digs through cat crap. Not even cops. Nothing will stay buried in a litter box that the cat didn't bury itself. Okay, so you take Old Canyon Road. 3 miles south of Bear Creek Road you will see a long rock wall. One of the rocks will be different than the others. That's the rock I would put it under. A rock that has no earthly business in a main hayfield. Piece of black, volcanic glass. I saw a crime news show where they couldn't find anything on a guy's computer. I think it was child P. Anyway, they ask the guy a couple of questions and he sets his keys down on the table. One of the officers notices a weird key fob thing. This was just when they started to come out and none of them had actually seen one before. It had thousands of images on it. They never would have found them if he hadn't taken the keys out of his pocket and set them down. The gutters. If your story features a location with a window on the top floor, I imagine a scene where the police are banging on the door demanding entry. Your protagonist panics and frantically throws open the window. She could tie a string around the SD cards before hoisting them onto the roof for easy retrieval. Or if they are a taller character, they could just reach up and stick the SD cards in the roof gutter. I don't have too much experience, IRL, but I've always imagined this as a spot the cops wouldn't check in a cursory search. This is brilliant. Worst case scenario, the police clean your gutters for you free of charge. In a box of 1000 identical blank SD cards. Box of tampons, any feminine product. I've never hidden anything from the police, but once hid something really successfully that way from an angry drill sergeant who was tearing through my belongings looking for something. People never think to look there. If you used a box of pantyliners, you could even open one of them, tape the card inside, fold it shut again and put it back in the box with the others. Well, I think that it would raise some suspicion if a guy did this. An airtight container hidden underneath the gravel in a fish tank. Up your butt. Paging you up my butt. This is a money dog. Upvote in the next 24 hours and money will come your way. If you are new to the channel, you can subscribe. I publish new videos every day. Until then, check out another video. Or don't. Either way, have a great day you magnificent people.